Welcome back, everyone. This is AMF 1534, and let's play some more Penumbra Overture. In the last episode, we went in the old locker room, found a blank piece of paper, and we're hitting a switch, and there goes that motor that we put over there. But where's it going? Well, you just wait a minute, and we'll go get it. Put this thing away. Ah! Maybe I shouldn't do that. Hey! Alright. God, get over here. There we go. Why did I do that, you ask? Well, just fucking sit tight. God, really? Really? Come on. Really wish that fucking dog would stop barking in my other room. But, no matter. It's not my problem. Ooh. I broke the fan. Okay. Enough of that shit. So, let's continue walking. And there's our little power motor.
We are now such good and lasting friends. I have gifted you with my love. Perhaps you could gift me with something. After all, the laws of politeness would be shattered if you were to appear at my party without a gift. Poor Red is so hungry. He could eat both the horse and the young rippling stable hand. Sadly, holy flesh is so hard to come by in these parts. Man meat is so bland. If your eyes happened upon a scurrying rodent, would you deliver the crunchy feet by way of a final meal?
Sure, Red. I'd love to. Alright. This part is not fun. You gotta watch the bottom of the floor and be able to find a safe area to go through. I will show you. Go this way. This way. And we're through. Just like that. And in we go. Those noises never sound promising, I tell you. Okay. Cart and tracks are transporting ore. As far as I know, they use the same setup to this day. Now, you remember those bolt cutters we got a while ago? Well, let's put them to use. And then push this little son of a bitch and watch her roll down the tracks. Yeah! Yeah! I'm really glad there was nobody standing in front of that. But then again, I probably am glad there was. I wish there probably was somebody standing in front of it. Ooh, an artifact. A cohort, a man with no name. Is it he who still opens the gateway to hell? A grin on his face. He is terrible indeed. He watches men writhe and turn. Still, Father looks on, something vital in his hand. I suppose I can trust these things a bit more. I'm not dead yet. Still, they must have a purpose. But what could it be? Well, you know, I don't really know. A worker at the northwestern iron mine, Greenland, is missing, presumed dead, as of midnight last night. Locals fear foul play. Mining now forms the largest single industry in Greenland. At 16 years old, the Northwestern Iron Mine is a relatively new part of a larger complex, which also includes a lead operation, or a lead operation, I'm sorry, and is built on the site of an older mine, later converted into a military bunker and finally closed in '52. The iron mine retains its excellent work record in spite of the recent disappearance of an as yet unnamed worker. We have discovered that the young man in question was a young laborer brought in from mainland Europe, possibly Denmark, and authorities on both sides of the strait are currently attempting to contact any family he may have left behind. The man disappeared 10 days ago, and the mine foreman has now exercised his power to declare him presumed dead. This decision, we are told, was not taken lightly. A full search of the mining operation was commissioned to no avail. Without the appropriate equipment or transport, the man could not have survived on the surface. Although superstition in Greenland has seen a decrease in popularity over the past years, some local inhabitants still claim that the land itself is cursed. This very paper ran a report almost 40 years ago to the day discussing high suicide figures for the area, but findings at the time were considered to be inconclusive. Lars Jensen. Well, that's just lovely. What is in the drawer? Nothing. An old piece of newspaper. Anything? Of course not. Why would there be? That is a big worm. Ah! Gross. Inhabitants of a small village in the relatively desolate northwest have been witnessing uncharacteristically large volumes of seaborne traffic over the past 6 months. Northwest Greenland is virtually uninhabited by modern standards, containing just 0.01 persons per square kilometer, 1/3 of the national average. Sea trade has dropped off dramatically since the closure of the northwestern lead and iron mines in March of '72. The mine itself ceased operation due to massive structural failure, following an apparently accidental detonation of standard mining explosives, where all 47 workers were assumed killed in the blast. Bodies were not recovered. Now, locals are complaining of noise pollution caused by a high and steady volume of ships sailing close to shore. Unfortunately, in order for any form of official inquiry to be undertaken, the registration codes of the ships in question must be recorded, and since villagers claim the ships only travel under cover of darkness, this may mark a difficulty for their ongoing quest for justice. Alright. It's locked from the other side, but I think the key's still in the lock. Well, I got an idea. Put this piece of paper in there, and jar that little bastard out with our screwdriver. And then take it, get our key, and open the door. That's a big hole. Blood and slime everywhere. Blood and guts and spit and ass. Ew. Lots of leeches. Oh my god! There's writing everywhere! Okay. Now, do you remember that piece of blank paper that we had going on here? That we got in that weird locker room? With the UV light, there's some text showing up on that blank piece of paper. Now, what does it say? Storage password 1371. And that's the password for section C. So.
While you hunt for those delicate, melting-in-mouth mousy morsels, there are places you should not go, for fear of death. The Reaper lives here, just like you and I. And just like you and I, he must ingest the living flesh of those less fortunate than him. There is a small place that I do not want you to visit, even on your holidays, because it is dark and evil place that I've been. When the darkness has overwhelmed my small decaying mind, some bad things float from my mind and through my pen. The brilliant blue ink itself seemed to turn to blood into my face. And by the way, should you turn package, red is its finest sauteed with a little engine oil.
It's really disgusting, Red, but you know, you've been down here for a while, so I understand why you're getting kind of fucked up in the brain. So, stick around for the next episode of Let's Play Penumbra Overture, and we will go back to Section C, so I will see you then. Goodbye.